Hi everyone, my name is Annisa Nahdif Salsabila. Today I will explain the result of my poetry analysis entitled The Aim Was Sung by Robert Frost. So without any further ado, let's get started. Before I explain about my analysis, I want to write the poetry. The Aim Was Sung by Robert Frost. Before man came to blow it right, the wind once blew itself untaught, and did its loudest day and night. In any rough place where it caught, man came to tell it was wrong. It hadn't found the place to blow. It blew too hard, the aim was sung. And listen how it ought to go. He took a little in his mouth and hold it long enough for north to be converted into south, and then by measures blew it forth. By measures, it was word and not. The wine had meant to be little through the lips and the throat. The aim was sung, the wine could see. So we're gonna move in poet background. Robert Frost, in full Robert Lee Frost, born March 26 in 1874 in San Francisco, California, U.S., and died January 29 in 1963 in Boston, Massachusetts. Robert Frost was an American poet who depicted realistic New England life through language and situations familiar in the common man. He won 4 Pulitzer Prizes for his work and spoke at John F. Kennedy's 1961 inaugurations. So let's get to the move and poem details. Poem details. The above poem, The Aim Was Sung by Robert Frost, signifies the art of poetry and its resemblance to song. There are parallels between poetry and song as suggested in this poem. Both poetry and song use words or lyric to convey a message. Both are melodious, although in different ways. Song uses music or notes for its tune, while poetry uses rhyme, rhythm, and meter. Listen to the beauty of the song or poem and feel its rhythm. Frost uses the wine as a metaphor in this poem, how it can change from being strong and blowing to soft and whispering. Words can have the same characteristic, while poems may differ in their form of structures. It is poetry nevertheless. Like the wind of nature, that varies greatly in its strength, and the way men perceive it, it's so poetry varies in the way it was written and the way it is interpreted by man. So we're gonna move the poetry again. Yes. I will explain about the slam technique that I use. There are several points that will explain these points. The first point into the language category, namely figurative language. I use personifications. Language in this sentence and did its so loudest day and night. From the sentence is a description of the quality of characters involved, such as human characters with animal, inanimate objects, or the result of abstract thinking, especially as rhetorical characters, because the object is an object that cannot be seen. So the use of the word day and night is the result of a thought or metaphor to reveal something that it's abstract. Effect. Based on my understanding, the effect of the poetry that describes feeling or cheerful mood, the poetry can provide energy and even comfort. When feelings are sad and happy, even the tone used by the author describes the human ability to turn the wine, which is an ordinary object, into song. Next, subject. I think the subject of the poem describe the relationship between the wine and humans about men who teach how the wine can blow correctly and teach how the wine can produce many songs or melodies. The message conveyed by why humans came to earth, which we know it's because we were created to finish God's work and make a difference to teach. The symbol, the wine could see. From the sentence explains that it is a symbol used to represent using the word wine, even though it is abstract, but the meaning is to mean something meaningful. If it is generally interpreted, the wine is an inanimate object that only can be felt but cannot be seen. So we're gonna move in paraphrase. This is the paraphrase that I hate to make. This is the purpose of the poem. The aim was sung has the same core, the same meaning, namely about someone who uses the wine as a song and helps each other. And the last point, conclusions. The conclusions of the poem, the aim was the song. I got a lot of things, especially in terms of analyzing using the slam method. In my opinion, we know that what the structures and number of stanzas in the symbol used to explain the poem, what the kind of subject is described, and especially what language uses elements such as personifications, which describes the quality of the author in explaining what happened to the poetry, how humans and the wine have relationships, until finally the writer decided to make a song with the theme of the wine. And here the message that can be taken is that humans were created by God to help each other and teach each other to make closer relationship by using the object of the wine and human. I'm sorry, I forgot to explain this. Okay, the poetry has 16 lines and consists of 4 stanzas. I think it's enough from me, so thank you for attention and goodbye everyone.